All right, Tass, who else do you have for a loser?
I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks. Unfortunately, in their rematch against the Boston Celtics on Saturday, they're hosting Boston, and Kristaps Porzingis, who I was surprised hadn't played in Dallas since they traded him away a few years ago in 2022. They traded him to Washington. Hasn't played in Dallas. Speaking of Dallas bigs, the current ones, Derek Lively out for an extended time. They don't have Dwight Powell, and then in this one they lose another one, Maxi Kleber. A fracture in his right foot. He'll be reevaluated in a week. Jason Kidd said, I've never seen anything like it. They have injuries after injury after injury. Unfortunately, Daniel Gafford's their guy starting at center, but they're playing anybody behind him. Omax, Kessler Edwards is even playing up a little bit. Jason Kidd joked Kyrie might have to play some 5. They need to make a trade. 4 or 5 just to help out. Speaking of our Raptors, Chris Boucher is quite available. That would fit in extremely well.
He was hooping.
There's some ties to Gershon Yabusele I'm seeing here. Mavericks Whispers. That's a guy maybe they could go and try and get.
Sure, yeah. They just need a big Orlando Robinson, not available from the Toronto Raptors. Going to say that. He's on a 10-day. He's busy. Okay. Jalen Smith maybe from the Bulls. They'll take anybody.
He perked up.
Yeah.
Don't touch him. He's my second untouchable. Jalen Smith.
You might get a 3rd-round pick for him.
You want a Vooch? Baby?
How is Ayo Dosunmu not on the non-availables? I mean, he's very good. I mean... And was
older, man. These guys, they're all good players. Like they're all like Io's a good backup guard. Kobe White is a good 5th starter backup guard, but the team stinks. So they're more valuable getting stuff back at this point.
All that to say with the Dallas Mavericks, Luka needs to come back. Luka is supposed to be back in the next couple of weeks. They have about 10 games before the All-Star game, and he's supposed to be back in some pocket there, but it is just unfortunate because they play extremely hard. Even against Boston, they play extremely hard. They just are short so many guys. And Doncic, he underwent an MRI this past weekend, which revealed no setbacks, according to Christian Clark of The Athletic. So that's a good sign that they could get their best player back. But they just all the way down that roster, there's so many guys out. And we talked last week about seeing this team at their peak right now. It looks like it's going to be a play-in tournament team, which just stinks because they're a much better team than that when healthy.
Yeah, the Luka injury, the other injuries, this recent slide for them has paired with a bunch of these other teams figuring it out, right? Like the Nuggets looking once again like title contenders. The Wolves having some moments. Both LA teams, even the Kings, I know they've lost their last 2, but over the last stretch, we're looking a little bit better and they're on Dallas's heels. The Suns, so while they're sort of sliding and hit that weird part of their season because of injuries, these other teams have at least clicked a little bit, and that's why they're in 9th. It is weird to see Dallas, I guess, in 9th, but not too far back for some of those teams ahead of them.